Committee will begin its consideration of the nomination of Judge Ketanji to be the 116th Justice of the Supreme Court. In its more than 230 years, the Supreme Court has had 115 justices. 108 have been white men. Just 2 justices have been men of color. Only 5 women have served on the court, and just 1 a woman of color. Not a single justice has been a black woman. You, Judge Jackson, can be the first. It's not easy being the first. Often you have to be the best, in some ways the bravest. Many are not prepared to face that kind of heat, that kind of scrutiny, that ordeal in the glare of the national spotlight. But your presence here today, your willingness to brave this process, will give inspiration to millions of Americans who see themselves in you. Must carry on as though none of this has happened. The vote in favor of retroactivity. Judge Jackson, I have no doubt that history will remember you as a justice who never stopped working to defend the Constitution. But I also ask the members of this committee, as we begin this landmark confirmation process, to consider how history will judge each senator as we face our constitutional responsibility to advise and consent. Directly and not just to their lawyers. I use their names. I explain every... The cameras and the lights here today can make it easy to forget that at its core, the responsibility you seek is one of service. And I'm fully confident you'll serve Americans from all walks of life, all backgrounds, fairly and faithfully. Now, there may be some who claim, without a shred of evidence, that you'll be a rubber stamp for this president. For these would-be critics, I have 4 words. Look at the record. Every member on this dais of the committee, Democrats and Republicans. Judge Jackson, we are all just temporary occupants of the Senate, the House, even with a lifetime appointment to the highest court in the land. You, Judge Jackson, are one of Mr. Lincoln's living witnesses of an America that is unafraid of challenge, willing to risk change, confident of the basic goodness of our citizens. And you are a living witness to the fact that in America, all is possible.
Jackson, congratulations. Welcome to you and your family. We will conduct a thorough, exhaustive examination of Judge Jackson's record and views. We won't try to turn this into a spectacle based upon alleged process fouls. Good news on that front, we're off to a very good start. Unlike the start to the Kavanaugh hearings, we didn't have repeated choreographed interruptions of Chairman Durbin during his opening statements, like Democrats interrupted me for more than an hour during my opening statement on the Kavanaugh hearing. The commission is an independent agency created to advise and... What we will do, however, is ask tough questions about Judge Jackson's judicial philosophy. In any Supreme Court nomination, the most important thing that I look for is the nominee's view of the law, judicial philosophy, and view on the role of a judge in our constitutional system. I'll be looking to see whether Judge Jackson is committed to the Constitution as originally understood. If we can't convince our colleagues, we all know there's a difference of opinion about the role judges should play. Some of us believe that judges are supposed to interpret the law as it was understood when written, not make new law or simply fill in vacuum. Those of us who share that view think that under our Constitution, Congress and not the federal courts are given the authority to make law and to set policy. Sure, any of my Democrat colleagues were making some confident predictions. More importantly, the American people should be able to read a law and know what it means. They shouldn't have to ask how a federal judge who disagrees with the law could reinterpret the words on that page. All of this leads to the conclusion as to why we must carefully examine federal judges' records, especially Supreme Court nominees. I look forward to hearing from you about your record, your views.